Hello everybody and welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. On the last episode, we completed the Draco Shrine and defeated the Jaeger King. Now, we should be heading to Crossbell so that we can deal with Steel Maiden. But I went ahead and did the side missions. They actually netted us 2 bonding points this time, and as well as the bonding point, the other event for Elise. So let's start by doing the special bonding events. I'm gonna do Eunice first. Okay, I've tightened the strings and replaced the grip too. No balls won't know what whacked them. Yuna, isn't that one of the tennis club's rackets? Yeah, and then the others swiped it from the academy for me. Even though they're in hiding, they took the time to send it over. I was thinking that maybe we could put up a net in the training hall and hold some practice matches, you know? Working with Sweat might help us get our heads together before we leave for Crossbell. Let's see. I'm proud of you for taking the initiative like this. And here I was thinking she'd be a nervous wreck. Yuna versus Inner Saboteur. Score 15 love. You know, you should stop by and check it out if you have a second instructor. It really helped me strengthen my resolve, let's say. Okay. I don't really know what that means, but if Yuna finds it helpful. If we're gonna face off, then shouldn't we go somewhere a little nicer than training room? You know, I bet the security at the Leaves Branch campus is pretty lax right now. Oh. It probably is, isn't it? Alright, let's do that. Prepare for a beatdown. Regan got in touch with Jessica and Louise and headed to Leaves. While his friends were collecting intel, he received permission to practice drills at the branch campus. 40 love. No more. I can't move. Game set. Yuna wins. Great work, Yuna. Not bad if I do say so myself. That was a good match. Yuna is up by 2. Jessica is up by 1. And Louise is down by 2. I wanted to get at least 1 win. That's what I'd expect, Yuna. You didn't give away a thing. I tried picturing this in my mind a bunch. You two didn't make it easy for me, though. I think it's important that you do your best, even if you can't win. Do you have any regrets? This was enough for us, but Yuna might want to play more matches. We'll join the others. You two stay here and enjoy yourselves. Both of you? Thanks, guys. Instructor, can you play one last match with me? Me? I've read the rules, but I'm a total beginner. Oh, I'm sure you'll pick it up. With your physical abilities and that intuition, I think we're pretty evenly matched. But, if I win, can I ask a favor? Sure. But if we're doing this, I'm not gonna hold back. Go ahead and give me everything you've got. Right. Yuna and Regan started their practice match. They both threw everything they had into it. The ball went back and forth as the match went on until the victor won with one final smash shot. I did it! I did it! Yuna? Ha! You got me. Good work. Sorry, I got a little carried away. But I really wanted to ask you to do something for me. I want to tell you something, and I don't want you to say anything until I finish. Of course, I can do that.
I like you, Instructor. I didn't even realize it at first. But I think I've felt this way for a while now. Ever since that day in Crossbell. The day you saved me.
You know. Hey, I said you couldn't talk until I'm done, remember? You're my instructor and I'm your student, so I definitely don't expect you to answer right away. But can you at least just think about what I've said? Alright, what else can I say when you're asking so earnestly? My position, the world, the curse I bear. There's so much I have to think about if I'm to know how to respond to her feelings. After meeting up with the other members of the team, Rin and Yuna returned to the Courageous 2. Ah, we got the tennis wear. Interesting. Next. Elise, we're going down the bracket. What's up? Irene. It was pretty tough there in Aaron, wasn't it? Irene, whatever. Yeah, your help really saved me back there, Elise. Hey, what's up? You mean this? My jacket. Now that I think back, I did have you hang on to it for me, didn't I? But it was so ratty and tattered then. How did... Well, I've actually been patching it up little by little in my free time. I still have to put the finishing touches on it, so you'll have to wait just a little longer, okay? Is that right? Thanks a lot, Elise. You just keep taking care of me, don't you? For siblings, that's an unspoken agreement, right? Oh, when will we be leaving for Crossbell? I should be able to finish it up if we still have a bit of time left before our departure. We have some time left, huh? Things are going to be getting more tense soon. I mean, you mentioned finishing it up, but the jacket's pretty much done, right? What do you have left? The belt buckle? Something like that? Well, the truth is, I've made a request for something to some certain individuals. Considering your circumstances, you could say it's something that it would be best to have. If only I'd known things would turn out like this, I would have just taken it to them. Pretty lost here, at least. Do you mean you need to go to the surface and visit someone or something? But it's not even a question. Shall we head to Bellamar? Might now be a good time. Everyone else is resting at the moment. I need to mentally prepare myself before handing this over. No. Now would actually be a good time. Would you mind taking us down in Bellamar? What's she scheming? Rin and Elise then went down to the surface and headed to a certain location. Surprisingly, they went to... Aaron? Huh. Oh, so your urgent business was in Aaron. Irene? Just when did you get here anyway? I've come down here on occasions to take care of things while you've been away. Thank you both for your help earlier. It would appear that you finished everything then. Let me take a look. Wow, it's beautiful. This is splendid. I can see the passion in every stitch. You flatter me. It isn't much, really. That's really impressive. Looks picture perfect to me. Ah, but just wait until you're wearing it. She really poured her heart into it. It'd be a shame if it got torn up like before, no? Oh. When she resolved to sew it, I gave her a special thread to use. And now, it'll be infused with magic. Singing and Rose, I need your help. Of course. Leave it to us. Huh. There we go. It definitely feels as comfortable as before. Maybe more so, actually. Oh, you're just saying that. No, he's right. It's really obvious how much love you poured into it. My word, despite all the misfortune that follows you around, Rean, you certainly are a lucky man. And that coat should now be just as strong as the black outfit we made. No matter how wild the curse runs, this should be able to stymie its effects. If you want to show your appreciation, wear it often and with pride. Yes, ma'am. I honestly have no idea how to begin thanking you all. Thank you so much, Miss Dahlia, Singin, and Roselia. It really means a lot to. Oh, she wasn't saying to me. Okay, it really means a lot. Well, you're welcome. But you did the lion's share of the work, my dear. Hey, quick question. Why did Dahlia get a nice miss before her name, but I'm just plain Roselia, huh? Oh, I didn't mean... She does have more of a wise old lady vibe than Rose does. That's enough from the peanut gallery. Thank you, Elise. I really appreciate this. I'll treat it extra carefully. I'd hate to damage it after all the effort that went in. I'm glad it means so much to you, but you don't need to bother being that delicate. I'll always be here to mend it for you. But I will say, an all-black ensemble would suit your color and hair color more right now. You think so? Well, I'm not exactly striving to be a fashion icon. I imagine people think I'm already showy enough. Ah, don't be silly. There's nothing wrong with dressing well. And you have me to keep all your wardrobe in shape. I say the word and I'll get to stitching. Yeah, for sure. At least his die-hard aesthetic sense is a little concerning. Back to the ship then? It's just about time to start heading towards Crossbell. Something the matter? I promised myself that after giving you this jacket, I'd finally gather up my courage. Though I had planned to hand it over a little later than this. Courage? What do you mean? It's been such a long time since we first met. For quite a bit of it, I really thought you were my biological brother. But as I grew a little older, I eventually understood that you were adopted into the family. Looking back, I realized just how cold I was to you for a time. Now that you mention it, when you started up at St. Estria's, you began keeping your distance. It really took me by surprise. I know, I just wasn't able to manage my emotions at that age. They were so overpowering. I was worried that I might blurt out something that couldn't be unsaid, so I kept you at arm's length. I'm sorry, Rean, for hurting your feelings while I was so focused on protecting mine. There's no need for apologies, Elise. You were a lot younger then. Wait a second, what did you mean by blurting out something that can't be unsaid?
You're my family. My brother. I love you, Rean. But there's more to it than just that.
You've already been through 2 rivalries, and your life is still in danger from one moment to the next. Arian Hood. Is it really Arian Hood? Arian Road. Arian Road. I don't know why I always fail to pronounce her name. Arian Road. Waits you in Crossbell. You'll eventually have to face Prince Cedric, Rufus, Chancellor Osborne. I worry so much about you, Rean. Sometimes I don't think I can even take it. But we're together right now. When I realized that I might lose you any day, I decided that my fears about telling you the truth paled in comparison. Lise.
I love you, Rean. As more than just your sister. I've fallen for you in every way I can. Perhaps it started the very first day we met.
This isn't a joke, is it? Of course it isn't. Do you think I'd say something like that as a joke? No, I was just making sure. Now, I was teasing you there. Come on, Rean. We better get back to the ship. Oh, hold on, Elise. It wasn't easy for you to come out with that. But now that you confess you love me, you're just going to act like nothing happened? Weren't you expecting some sort of response from me? I didn't bring this up because I was looking for an answer out of you. I just thought that it'd be nice to share my feelings with you, even if nothing comes out of it. I didn't want to have any regrets, and you should act in a way that you won't leave with any either. What I want is for you to never give up on yourself and to follow your heart with who you chose to love, rather than be led by guilt. Thank you, Elise. I'm still not quite sure how to feel, to be honest. It's going to take some time for me to process what you've shared, but your message has pierced deep. That's all I could ask for. Rean returned to the ship with Elise, slowly digesting what she had told him. He changed back into his black clothing from before in order to keep his newly mended jacket in pristine shape. I was going to change back into it either way. Check Rean's coat, original hair. So I can switch to the original look. Not bad. Alright, 5 bonding events. 2, 3... 5. 3 special events. Huh. I guess I can deal with all of them. Perfect. Let's deal with Duvalie first. Those enhanced Jaegers. Improving one's physical ability with hypnosis is absolutely absurd. Quite honestly, they're a disgrace to Ouroboros. We ought to hold himself to the highest standards. Like my lord. Are you performing weapon maintenance, Duvalie? Naturally. My lord is waiting at the shrine, after all. Ennis and Enea are as well, surely. But no one asked you to babysit me, Sworzer. Focus on taking care of yourself first. Now that I think about it, the shop should be done polishing what I left there. But the time to use it hasn't come. For now, I need to keep my focus on what's directly in front of me. If you're not opposed to it, do you want to go and get that back now? No, what? It's fine. It's nothing that needs to be taken care of immediately anyway. But it's important to you, right? If leaving it for later will bother you, then it's probably better to take care of it before you face off against the Steel Maiden. You're as nosy as ever, Sworzer. But you're probably right in this instance. Okay, I'll take you up on the offer then, this one time. Why can't you just be honest about it, Duvalie? There's no harm in being honest. Afterward, they visited the workshop in Ordis to pick up the important object that Duvalie had entrusted to Straeus. This is your armor, and even your helmet too. You had some work done on them. Yes, there were some minor scuffs that were starting to stand out. I had heard of a skilled artisan working here in Ordis, so I decided to take a chance and asked for them to mend it. This isn't the usual sort of work I'd have expected to do when I first began operating here, but your request was so earnest, it gave me more than enough inspiration to take the job and give it my full attention. Much appreciated. Such a beautiful shine. The level of technical ability is exactly what I'd expect from artisan favored by the Dukes. With this, I'm one step closer to fulfilling my oath. No idea what that's about, but if I may offer my thoughts, you don't appear fully prepared to me. Huh? Decades of working as glass artisans comes with its perks. I can tell when someone's heart is clouded, shall we say. I polished up your helmet and armor back to their original luster. Now you have to make sure that your spirit matches. I see. Thank you for your services. Perhaps I've gone and run my mouth. Don't worry about it. Thank you again. Rain spoke to Duvalie, who was standing stock still outside the workshop. He invited her to the harbor district, suggesting that they make use of their time and orders to go look at the sea. Have you been waiting long, Duvalie? That's cold! What do you think you're doing? And what is that? Sorry, it's gelato. Found a great place for it last time I was here in field exercises. Want some? It really hits the spot on a hot day like this. Honestly, I can't believe you. We've got an important battle coming up. Can't you be a little more serious? Ha! This is just how I am. I think it's fine for you to just be yourself, too. Be myself? To tell the truth, I've always been a little envious of you. Even when you were with the Society, there was something very earnest about you. And even now that you're with us, your swordsmanship is still just as confident as it's ever been. I can't help but admire that. I feel like ever since I was a kid, all I've ever done is doubt myself. You know that. And that's why his training actually was slowed and stopped for a while. But it wasn't just that. The effects of, I guess it's clear to say that it's cursed at this point. He spent some time being so worried about it that it held him back as well. I can see why Arian Road would make you the leader of the Stahlritter. Don't worry, you'll get through to her, I'm sure of it. You've already seen through to her true intentions, right? Perhaps. Then all that's left is for us to give it our all. I hope I'll get to see you in your armor again sometime soon. What? Blast it all! Why did you have to ruin the mood? I think I'm starting to see things more clearly now, though. Maybe the real reason I chose to ally with him is... You okay, Duvalie? I'm fine. It's none of your business. Come on, let's finish the gelato before it melts and get back. Loitering around aimlessly like this is unbecoming of one who's known as the Swift. Sure, let's get going. Reading Duvalie enjoyed the view of the ocean and the delicious gelato for a little longer. They headed back to the Courageous 2, afterwards, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Oh, look at those two. They're starting to get along. I'm pretty sure there's no ending for her because I haven't seen a special event. So, I wouldn't be opposed to it. They tease her for it all the time anyway. Might as well. Let's see. Let's deal with Altina's event first. Altina, who are you talking to? Oh, Instructor Rean. Actually. Perfect timing. Would you mind giving this a listen, Rean? George? Oh, hey there, Rean. I heard about the Jaeger King situation. Glad you pulled through. Yeah, thanks. So did you happen to have information concerning the workshop? Yeah, I actually have something I'd like to get Altina's confirmation on. Figured I'd get in touch with her via the Courageous too. Something you want confirmation on? The headquarters for the Black Workshop is located at the base of the Graveborn mountain range. However, it appears to have been abandoned at some point. It is completely deserted now. What? You mean the place where I was held captive? The very same. Not only is Albert gone, but he took enormous stores of research data and experimental Zaber soldouts with him. When I checked around this time yesterday, it had already been wiped clean. I had no idea they were planning anything like that. Maybe I simply wasn't trusted with the information. I was hoping I could get your thoughts on this, Altina, seeing as that's originally where that's originally where you're from. I wish I had something useful to share. Unfortunately, my memory of that time is still a bit hazy. However, I think this might actually prove to be a good opportunity for us. How so? I'm trying to track them down now, but I can't really help directly. If you're interested, you should have enough time to investigate the workshop site before we head to the next shrine. Gotcha. Well, it'll definitely could be a good chance to find out some new information, though the probability of finding anything conclusive there is likely close to nil. Still, I don't think it would be an entirely fruitless endeavor. There could be intel on the Zaber soldats, S weapons, and combat shells, and homunculi like me and Millium. I've secured a tentative infiltration route. I know it's asking a lot for you to trust me, given the mess I've made of things. But if you do decide to do this, though, please contact me through Altina. Yeah, you bet. I'll be making preparations, just in case. Wait, that wasn't the event. What was that? I mean, yeah, okay, so it was leading up to the event. Okay. Black Workshop. We need to consider the risks, but there's a lot we could potentially gain by checking it out. Let's fill everyone in first, and then get in contact with George. Just make sure you have a guaranteed escape route plan. Understood. I'll tell everyone right away. Water would be nice after all this reading. Rean briefed those on board about the situation and received approval for the plan to investigate the Black Workshop. As a precaution, a small team tasked with infiltrating the facility was to be supported by the Courageous too. Altina and Crow contacted George. He headed to the workshop using a teleportation gate that he had secret access to. So, this is the Black Workshop. It used to be the Gnomes HQ, huh? They might still be using it in some capacity. You never know. Angelica, do you remember the last time you were here? Clear as day. The mask didn't mess with my memories from that time. You guys had to take on the Chancellor, the Steel Maiden, and the Blazing Demon all at once. It was crazy. But now all is still and quiet. Frankly, it's unsettling. Not a soul is here besides us. It feels abandoned. These conditions are ideal for us. We can conduct our investigation without interference. Okay, we'll go to the F's weapons lab. I've been curious about the origins of my Berserker and Shirley's Testarossa. When we met in Stargazer Tower, we were enemies. Now we're working together. Who would have thought? Yeah, feels odd. Don't stab me in the plaque, please, Doobie. Don't come up with pet names for me. As for us, we'll go check out the combat shell and Zaber Soldat research lab. Maybe Albert left behind his research notes or something. You're going to the homunculus lab, right? Correct? Will you be okay? Yes, I've been there once before, when we came to save Instructor Rean. It's where Millium and I were born. Maybe there's still something to learn there. Yes, maybe. Let's see what we can find. The Courageous 2 will be patrolling the area around you. Return at once if you're in danger. We'll be waiting here. Let us know if anything goes wrong. Alright, everyone knows what to do, so let's get started. I think I know what these are. OZ series incubation tanks. Test subjects which failed to become Millium or me. They were discarded when they were born. That's disgustingly cruel. The what? G-Code was researching something similar a few years ago. Instructor Rean? Huh? What the? An OZ Mirage. It's an archaism manufactured at the Black Workshop, based on Ouroboros' designs. Seems to be inactive. Perhaps it malfunctioned, and they left it behind when they moved to a new base. Huh? I regret the things I did when I was escaping before. I didn't do anything to this particular unit, but still, I feel sorry for it. Left like this, let me at least lean it against the wall. What's this white capsule? It doesn't look like an incubator. I noticed it when we were here last. Because it is in this area. It must have been involved in the OZ series research. It's deactivated and locked. Something about it bothers me, but it's not like we'll find out more by just looking at it. But why does it seem so familiar? Empty tanks. Wait, OC 7.3 and 7.4, that's... Yes. These are the tanks where Millium and I were grown.
So this girl's my sister, huh? Sorry, I don't know if we'll remember this, but when you get outside, let's make sure to meet up and play together, okay?
How odd. This place is so lifeless and desolate. And yet, it fills me with nostalgia somehow. That's completely normal, Tina. It reminds you of your sisterly bond with Millium. Yes, I suppose that must be it. That bond was once the only thing I knew I could trust. Both Millium and I were created for the sole purpose of becoming the sword. This knowledge was hidden from us and sealed deep within our memories, but we always sensed it. That's why I envy Millium. She sacrificed herself to protect those dear to her, even though it meant becoming the sword.
I must protect. I must. Rean, Yuna, Kurt.
Why you had to show that? It's one of the reasons I hate Cedric.
Yuffie, Ash, Millium, everyone.
That's what I wanted too. I wasn't afraid of what might happen to me. I'm sure that is precisely how Millium felt as well. Though the Millium that the spectral moon mirror showed us had regrets.
Guess I should say sorry, though, for not being strong enough. I wanted to be able to say, I saved the day. That I helped protect everyone. But I never thought I'd cause you guys all this grief instead.
I finally understood that myself. It dawned on me when you saved me at the Isengard mountain range the other day. Oh. I appreciate the sentiment, but please don't do that again. Talk things through with someone. Don't just rush out on your own. And I see. I was really panicked. Yes, I had never seen that much fear in your eyes before.
It seems that even someone as dependable as you has a vulnerable side. So, during those moments of weakness, I want to be the one to protect you.
That's kind of you. You changed a lot, Altina. Though I'm not really sure if I've played a role in it. I'm really impressed by how you've grown. Well, thank you. I'm honored that you care so much about me, Altina. You're welcome. What's the matter? It's nothing. I am experiencing an emotion I find difficult to put into words. It's different from what I feel towards Yuna or Kurt. How do I say it? It is joyous, but a bit suffocating. And there's warmth and excitement as well. Is this familial affection? Camaraderie? I've read about various kinds of love. Is this the same kind that Elisa and Elise feel towards you? I don't know. Maybe it's best if you take it easy. I'm sure you'll figure it out for yourself in time. I mean, you still have a lot of stuff to learn about feelings and stuff. Take it one step at a time.
Instructor, it would seem you're trying to hide something. Perhaps you'd like to share? Or is your mind filled with inappropriate thoughts?
Of course not. It's true that she's become more emotionally mature. I'm both happy and concerned, thinking about her future. Tina joined the team members who searched the other areas, and they'll return to the ship through a portal. And they didn't find any information they were after, but at least they discovered how many new Zaper Sorta combat shells and Osmirage units had been produced. Furthermore, they realized it was highly possible that the Black Workshop was moved to an entirely new location. It makes sense they would move it after it was infiltrated. Three. Crow it is! Let's go! Well, I've got everything I need. Well, let's help with setting it all up. It all seems to be in order. So let's say we head over once we have some spare time. Leave it to me. Crow or Dean, are the two of you going somewhere? Yeah, it's just a little thing I need to take care of. Something I want to handle before the next rivalry. Something to take care of, huh? I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world. Man, just some personal business. We're all trying to put things in order by the next rivalry. So you gotta make sure that you're all prepared too, alright? But if you're heading down to take care of anything, let me know, okay? Mind if I go with you, Crow? We're gonna be out there fighting together, so I want to make sure you're firing on all cylinders. Keep in mind, it's not the fun kind of errand. It might be a good opportunity, though. I know they've been on your mind after all. Whew. Well, you'll figure it out soon enough. Alright, hurry up and get ready. I'll be waiting here. Oof. It's already almost 2. Oof. Once Reem was ready, they set off from the Courageous 2 with the 2 Divine Knights. And they decided to visit various regions to help Crow with his task. Cathedral St. Art. What does he need to do here? Ah, there she is, just like I heard. Sorry, but can you wait a bit? By the way, to forgive my grandson, Michael. It doesn't absolve his crime, but he was truly concerned for this country. I pray that he can rest in peace. I pray for the same. Huh? What was that? These are his... Michael! Michael! Is it okay to have just handed those over? I'm in no position to be forgiven, so on to the next. Michael, where have I... Damn fools, the lot of them, getting into this whole war. The Red Constellation, Nidhogger, and even the former Northern Jaegers. What a mess. If only the boss and everyone could have. I'm sorry I couldn't get revenge. Huh? But it's good you survived. Take care of yourself, yeah? That's what he would have wanted. Vulcan? Is this the boss's tag? Hey, you! Right then. Just gotta wait for someone to get in touch now. I pieced it together now. Crow, this is about them, isn't it? Scarlet should still be alive, too. But Vulcan kind of went boom. After returning to Valimar, Rean and the others received an unexpected message. George! Hey, Rean. I should have known you'd get involved in this, too. After I heard from Crow, I thought it might be a good time to reach out. Good thing you're still using your old number. So, does this mean you found her? Yep. You're gonna have to do with voice call, though. Here, I'll patch you through. Hello, can you hear me alright? It's her. Good to hear from you again, Scarlet. Same here, C. Crow, sorry. Still getting used to that. Never thought we'd get a chance to talk again. As for Rean, I guess we haven't spoken in a while. Either, not since Bereahard. I'm glad you're alright. I thought you'd still be locked up somewhere in cruising. What can I say? This is business as usual for me. Right now, I'm operating outside the Empire, on board a Merkabah. As a Gralls Ritter? Apparently, Eustace flexes influence to have her released into protective custody. The church took her past as a squire into account and allowed her to work as a kind of penance for her role in the Civil War. Wow, Eustace really came through. I can't imagine it's all footsies and tea parties, you being a former terrorist and all. It was pretty tough at first, but it's better now. Father Wazy and that bald knight are actually pretty reasonable when you sit down and talk to them. Some of the recruits here joined up around the same time as me, and there are some interesting people here, so I'm not bored at all. Well, that's great. I'm glad to know you're doing alright. I won't pretend I wasn't a little discouraged when I found out Osborn had survived, but I was able to get past that and find a new path forward, thanks to all of you. You have my gratitude. Right. Crow, I heard about all of what you've been doing. Let's both do our best, not for revenge, but for them, and for the world too. Of course. Let's do this thing right. So, those people that we saw back there, were they really related to those in ILF? Yeah, doing that's always been on my mind ever since I got my memories back. It's the least I can do to make it up to the pals who went to Gehenna with me. I managed to find some people who knew Vulcan and Gideon, so I just decided to go forward with it. I see. Though I have to say, I'm surprised that the church took her in. And that other guy, he must have had a lot of things on his mind. Well, in any case, it feels like I'm tying up some loose ends. Don't have to worry about it anymore in my final moments. No, I guess it's more like, this is just the beginning, isn't it? Back to the Courageous. Oh, they're back. Rean, Crow. Jeez, where exactly did you two wander off to? Toa, Angelica. There's always a place and people to return to, even for us. For everyone's sake, including those who died, it's not over yet. We have to see it through to the end and make it back alive, no matter what. I guess you're right. First, there's this coming rivalry. We have to succeed. I'm counting on you, partner. Right. Afterward, they were met by Toa and Angelica and made it back safely to the Courageous. Once the Divine Knights were on board, they again set off. Alright, so we've maxed out Crow. Let's do fees. Hey, Fee. That's a box of cigars you got there. Yeah, and a lighter too. The boss left them behind. I was thinking it might make a decent memento of him. I see. He was into that sort of thing, I take it. Yep, heavy drinker, heavy smoker. Goes hand in hand. I hear Sarah's dad was the one who converted him to this brandy, actually. Really now? That does seem like the kind of thing two Jaegers could bond over. Make sure you take good care of it. I will. With the lighter, at least. Not sure what to do with the cigars, though. I'm not so keen on smoking them myself. Actually, are you free right now, Ray? There's something I want to take care of before we head to Crossbell. I think I see where this is going. What, with that box of keepsake cigars? I'm guessing you're going down to the surface. I don't mind tagging along wherever you're headed. Thanks. So about this place. This would have been just outside the southern town limits of Hamel. Better than putting it right inside Hamel. We gotta show some manners. It should be far enough though. It's only temporary. Yeah, you really think this is okay? Yeah, Leo and Zeno have already finished paying their respects. I wish I could smoke with them. But whenever I ask, they look at me like I've sprouted wings. Maybe it's a generational thing. Not a lot of women used to smoke in their day. Yeah, that's probably all it is. Still, it feels like a waste to throw this whole box away. Do you mind if I have one? I don't really know if it'll count, but I'd like to try. I didn't know you smoked, Reen. I don't. This will be my first time. Sharing one with a youngster like me probably won't mean anything to Rutger. Don't say that. Do you, know how to do this? I think so. You snipped the end first, right? That is the most unhealthy thing I've seen. You're inhaling too much. Boss always said that was a rookie mistake. Don't try to pull the smoke down into your lungs. Just let it drift around inside your mouth a little. To be honest, I don't know what people see in this. Yeah, it's not for everyone. We can give the rest of the boss some other time. Hey, how about you let us in on this? Zeno, Leo, everyone. Sorry, we didn't know if we should interrupt. Figured it'd be worth paying our respects anyhow. Thank you. Guess you didn't know him a long time too. In that case, mind if we join the party? You guys. Figured you'd show up eventually. Did you come all the way from Ordis? Yep, sure did. We came to share one last drink with the Jaeger King. I brought along a bottle of his favorite bourbon. Nice. What do you say, Fee? Thanks for coming. We've got cigars if anyone wants one. Hey, so, what are the chances I can get you to pass some of that stuff over to me? None for you, young miss. Hey now, you're still underage. Show a little restraint. Yeah, Uncle Sigmund would kill me if he found out. I didn't expect people in this line of work to be so strict about this kind of stuff. You'd be surprised. They got their own cut to stick to. Following the laws of underage drinking seems like the last thing that should be on their mind, honestly. How about not killing people? That seems like a good first step. Everyone passed the time reminiscing about the Jaeger King. Eventually, everyone except for Rean and Fee had said their farewells and left. Whew. He sure did touch a lot of people's lives. Even members of Nidhogger and the Northern Jaegers might be coming by later. Yeah, he might have had even more connections than Sarah's dad. Not that all of them stayed friends. He made his fair share of enemies too. But even that was just business. I never met anyone who disliked him personally. Fee?
I'm alright. Just got some smoke in my eyes is all. Besides, it almost feels like it's the boss hugging me.
That's just cute. It's hard to describe. It's kind of relaxing and exciting all at once. Oh. That's a surprise.
You doofus. What did I just tell you?
Right. I'll do my best. Is this disrespectful to Rutger's memory? I'll apologize later. I promise. It's a non-issue, Rean. Don't worry about it. Now, you don't know where we are, but Emma. Thank you for helping the village. It's the least we could do. Everyone there has helped us out so much. Well, it's much appreciated. I volunteered to work on the barrier, but grandmother said she would have others work on it as part of their training. So I came back instead. Oh. Emma? What's that you're reading? Wait, don't tell me. It's not what you think. I don't even have any more Forbidden Grimoire. These are some notes left by Isola Milstein, my mother. My mother collected the ones she'd saved and sent them to me. Phew, that's all it was. Your mother was a wandering witch before Vita was, right? Yes, but her magical abilities weren't really all that powerful. But she was always eager to learn. She had a good many ties to the outside world, and took it upon herself to look into the Empire's curse on her own. She must have been such a big influence on my sister when she was young. An incredible person at that, from what you've told me. She passed away from an unfortunate accident, right? Yeah, that's right. Though I'm not sure if it was the work of the curse per se. It was probably just a coincidence, right? Then again, I suppose dealing with the curse's aftermath is in itself a form of being caught up in it. Yeah, you're probably right about that one. That said, there's actually quite a few entries that have nothing to do with her mission. It's as if I'm rekindling the memory I had of her from when I was young. Feels nice, you know? Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, by the way, I saw a little good luck spell written in here somewhere. Want to try it out, Rean? It might help relax your body and mind from any fatigue you're feeling. I promise it's nothing sketchy or dangerous like before. It's alright, Emma. I trust you. That's why I came over here. There's no question. We're doing it. Sure, I'll take you up on that, since you're offering, I mean. Oh, don't worry. It's no trouble at all, really. It's better if we didn't do it here, though. Shall we go someplace else? Huh? I have expected you to take us to the Atelier, like before. Well, I'm actually prohibited from using it for the time being. After that incident we had before, that is. But this spell isn't dangerous like the last time. You can rest easy, I assure you. I should hope so. It is just a magic charm, after all. That smell. It's a irene flower, isn't it? Irene flower? It is. The scent of the irene flowers can enhance the potency of the charm. Though it is also known to induce a few other effects as well. Other effects? Oh, enough about that. Let's begin, Irene. Don't want to look too far into that. Could you lean forward a bit, just like before? Got it. I didn't get duped into this again, did I? Don't think too hard about it. It's only a magic charm, remember? Alright, here we go.
By her side through land and sea.
Those markings. I think they're cool. What is this? Why did I say it like that? And what you're seeing, Reem, is neither your consciousness nor mine. It's a crossing of both, a state of being not unlike that of a dream. I think I understand. It's kind of like an out-of-body experience. But what's with the way we look? These are just our astral forms, Reem. Like I said, don't think too hard about it. Things might get a little embarrassing from here. Bear with me for just a bit longer, okay? Huh?
Dormy takes feeling me.
Ah, the sensation. Where have I felt it before? Mom, but not just Lucia. That might have been from one of those other trailers. Reem? Oh, good morning. Did you have a nice rest? So that's what happened. I fell asleep just like that. Did you carry me all the way here? Wasn't that hard? A bit perhaps, but never mind that. How are you feeling? Well, my body and mind feel totally refreshed. It's almost as though I've been completely reborn. My compliments to your mom. This charm was incredible. It was originally one of the witch's lullabies, from what I understand. Mother used it as a base for her own unique version. She designed it so that it could be used not only for children, but also for family and those you hold dear. She wanted to use it on a human from the outside world, my father. That's when... I get it. That said, that astral form caught me pretty off guard too. It was a little embarrassing to be sure. I guess it really is something best kept for family members. No, that part was likely one of the effects of the irene flowers. See, by elevating our thoughts toward one another, it ends up bringing out our heart's deepest,
Wait, no! It's not what you think! That wasn't my intention!
After waiting for Emma to settle down, Reem left the sick bay alongside her. Don't worry about it, Emma. It's not an issue. Alright. To the bridge. Let's get over to where we would enter Crossbell, and then gonna call it. So we can deal with Crossbell in the next. Hey, nice work back there. Oh wait, there's one other thing. Much of Iron Village had to offer. No rest for the wicked, I suppose. All the work you put into defending that place, I don't think the wicked label really applies. Say, weren't Agate and Tio with you earlier? They were, yeah, but Heavyblade's gone back to Legram, and Tio left her papers here and headed home. She was in a real titsy too. Must have had a lot of work to get done on top of helping us. Unfortunate, but unavoidable. For now, we can take heart in the fact that we managed to liberate Emma's home from Gilbert and his goons. That's an unqualifiable win. I know you've still got much to do, young Rain, but you've earned yourself some relaxation. I highly recommend you take it. I believe it was... almost forgot. That would have been a whoops. Unimuse, Latina, Tita. Yeah, that should be it. We have at least an elephant with us too, so it'll probably involve them as well. Reynolds enjoyed the hot springs, and took their time resting in the village. By some stroke of fate, an unexpected combination of people ended up soaking the springs together. Yeah, this is basically the same thing, just without old class 7. Ah, what a relief. I was so tensed up and worried for a while there. I hear you. I'm just glad we were able to get through this without any major incidents. Agreed. Excellent work, everyone. Well, I can't say that I pitched in very much. It was Agate and Oliver who really saved the day. A lot of credit has to go to Instructor Randy and Tio, too. Tita, your diversionary tactics were perfect. They were the key to this whole operation coming together. Princess Alphen, Elise, and Toa, we couldn't have done it without you either. I'm just glad we were able to help out. After all, this village is done for you, Reen. I wanted to repay the favor in some way. Right. Wait a second! Since we're all here, why don't we chat about something more interesting? Girls talk. Secrets, exciting things. And of course, we have Reen as our guest of honor. Your Highness. Alright. I'm clearly the odd man out amongst this group. At least it's one thing. But with all of you here, I'm just gonna turn in early, okay? Reen? So, you're used to sharing a path with Elise? Well, I guess that makes sense. It's not a big deal for family to bathe in a hot spring together back where you're from. Well then, why not just think of the rest of us as family too? Your newly acquired sisters. That suggestion doesn't entirely sit well with me. Come on, Reen. Won't it be nice? Right, at the very least, we can try and make you blush. I will think of it as just another mission. We won't get too radical, Instructor. Though, maybe you could really use a good shock or two. Even you, Yuna? Let's all try to take things down a notch. Alright, knock it off now, you guys. You know how clueless he can be. Reen, honestly, you make me so mad sometimes for just going along with whatever others want. What do you mean? Reen's situation is looking a little dicey, but you reap what you sow. I do know how Elise feels though. If someone were to try that on Agate when we had a rare chance to be alone together. He is so dense. Oh, wow. You just... Come on, Rean. You can't be that thick-headed. Like, that level of oblivious is just... It's unheard of. It's probably going to rearrange us anyway, but I'm still going to put things back in order. Because I'm going to assume there's a couple of people that are just going to force us to take with us. Anyway. Hey, can we get through this so I can, Alright. If the circumstances were different, I'd have loved to perform here again. You must be pretty fond of this place, Your Highness. I still remember that time 2 years ago when you charged into that jazz bar and started playing the piano. Thanks, yawns. I'm so sick of them. I can imagine you do something like that. What can I say? Life's nothing without a little passion. Speaking of piano, there was a time I played in a restaurant in Buis, too. I got thrown in jail afterwards, but hey, looking back on it, it was a fun time. I think Tita told us that story. You sure have a talent for getting into trouble. Tell me about it. I thought we were headed towards the Crossbell area, not to the sanctuary. Well, I guess if we're in Crossbell's area, well, I've already done all of them. I feel a sneeze. It was definitely a sneeze. The courage to set, of course, for Crossbell, and navigated carefully to stay out of sight of the Air Force before finally reaching the wetlands. Don't worry about it. It's what we call a non-issue. There's that blue light. Classic. There it is. That's it, right? A pillar of light. Same as in Hamo. Yeah, there's no mistaking it. So, the Stellar Sanctuary is below then, wherein my lord awaits. Just as we thought, there don't seem to be any gargantuan-class ships nearby. Right. They're certain to be focusing the bulk of their military strength towards Calvert, which makes this our best chance to land. All hands prepare.
No, I suspect it will not be that easy.
Professor Smith? What do you mean by that?
Just now, this ship was detected by a directional radar. They are lying in wait for us. They know we are coming.
There's an optic response coming from the north. Is it an enemy attack? No way. Isn't that the same type of beam we saw the Gargantua using? That's a magic barrier oscillation beam. Judging by its origin point, could it be? Identifying. Elise, Your Highness. Activating wide range radar. Why are you trying to divert me? Identifying firing location. Putting the image on screen. The tower. That's Orcus Tower? Why there?
Hey, you guys! Do you read me?
Ah, Lloyd. Yuna, and Lloyd
Do
too.
you know what's going on with that beam coming out of the tower?
Come to the SSS building quick. Security around the area is sparse right now.
Rini and others arrived at the field exercise camp off Ursula Road without being spotted. They decided to rendezvous with their allies at the Special Sports Section headquarters. I can't believe we managed to sneak this many people inside. Looks like their security really has gotten slack. Yeah, I had my doubts about us being taken off the wanted list, but here we are. It sure is a relief to see you guys again after all this time. Yeah, the intelligence division's not so hot on keeping tabs way out here. Just goes to show how close the war is. And that's sad. Those barrier generators were something else. I had no idea they'd been in the works. I remember them announcing some kind of experiment. Oh god. New defense system a while back. This must have been what it was all about. They're essentially a confluence of both magic and science. It's different from the magic we know in the Empire. If anything, I'd say it's closer to the alchemy practice here in Claspel. They feel kind of like the barriers I bear with Demi-Orgos too, except not nearly as big. Still, they seem pretty good at protecting smaller areas. Jeez, what is Belle thinking? Black Workshop's putting out an even higher quality stuff than before. Something like this could change the face of the war all on its own. Yeah, no doubt about that. Either way, we're gonna have to shut all this down. Otherwise, we won't even get a chance to carry out this rivalry before the war begins. Right, we'll have to keep our own goals in mind. The tower's still surrounded by the Imperial Defense Force though, and there's a barrier stopping us from dropping in on it from above. In that case, how about we go from underground? We could probably get in through the geofront. The geofront does have a basement level that connects to the tower. Yeah, but it's not like we can just waltz there. They got military police patrolling the place around the clock. Oh, that stinks. And here I thought I'd come up with a good plan for once. And actually, I think you have the right idea. Storming the place head on is no-go. As long as those Zabber soldiers are on watch. Going through the basement just might be the easier option. In that case, we just need to create a diversion to draw the MPs away. It's gonna have to be something big to distract them all and long enough for us to sneak in. You know the Bobcat is on its way here, with the team's Liberal bracers aboard too. Those extra numbers could give us some more options. Hey, how about we try what Yuna and the others did last time? You know, when you did the performance to lure away the old rich guy? Oh yeah, that was... Wait, hold on a second. You mean that thing that happened with Marcus Bellet and Sutherland? How do you know about that? Your power allows you to see it, am I right? Yeah, the Spirit Vein showed it to me in a vision. It was only for a second, so I didn't really get what was going on, but it looked like fun. That ability of yours sure is wild. Well, she's only been able to do it since the Great Twilight began, so it's probably a temporary thing. Using a performance as a diversion doesn't sound like a bad plan. Especially not with a professional artiste on our side. Not just any artiste, one of the most up-and-coming members of Arkan Seed. Who, me? I love the pause. Arkan Seed is really popular around Crossbow, right? Yeah, everyone's been real bummed out that they're not putting on any shows. Neither of their star players are in any condition to dance right now. But we still have Sully Atreides, forerunner of the troop's second generation. Arkan Seal's star-studded combat. I like it. That's a pretty good angle. Hold on a minute. We can't just do a show without Ilya. A ton of our stagehands are taking time off, too. We'd never be able to put something together on such short notice. That shouldn't be a problem. We got a pretty extensive network of friends to ask for help from in times like these. I bet they'd be more than willing to lend us a hand, or two, or 10. Besides, Sherazad's already practiced the part with you, didn't she? Oh yeah, she did. I thought she was an A-rank bracer. Apparently, she was a professional dancer before joining the guild. Oh, chicks got hidden depths, huh? I can dig it. The Racer Guild doesn't give A ranks for nothing. She must be more than physically adequate. We can probably get Estelle on board too. Of course, all this depends on whether Sully agrees to take the lead. I mean, I'm sure they'd be able to keep up with me, but, me, the lead? You'll be fine. I know you can do it. Please consider it. We may not be able to get into the tower otherwise. Okay, fine. I'll do it already. Great, sounds like a plan. Wow, Arkham City, back in action. Can't wait. Don't get too comfortable. This ain't a school festival we're putting on here. Not this time. We better get to work right away. There's only 3 days left until D-Day. We should start by recruiting stagehands and getting reversals underway. Don't forget about publicity. We need this to feel like a big deal. Right. It'll need to be enough of a spectacle to distract the military police and the Imperial Defense Force too. Leave that to me. The Crossbell News Service is at your, service. We may need to cut some corners to get the next edition out in time, but we'll do what we can. I'll put the word out on the Orbital Network. That should build a little hype.
Well, since we're all pitching in, why don't I pull a couple of strings on my end as well?
You guys. What the? Ciao.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Ashen Chevalier.
And as always, it's a pleasure to see you again, Ellie.
You must be the young Hayu. Okay, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. I've heard so much about Executive. What's going on? Shin's here too? Hin's where I can see him, White Orchid Dragon. I heard about your little run-in with Uni and Mademoiselle Ellie. What's your deal?
Oh, please. My contract with the Governor General's office is long since over. There's no need to be so suspicious. This time around, I'd like the honor of assisting you in your endeavors.
Listen, pal, I don't know who you are, but I know shady types like you when I see them. You'd never do anything out of the goodness of your heart. What's your syndicate's stake in this?
The end of the world would be the end of Heiyue. It's as simple as that.
Heiyue.
Even so, I've brought you a little something extra, as a show of good faith.
This is the Almighty Conflagration and Father.
My agents were able to capture this image shortly before the generator went online. Shall we begin devising our plan now? If you'd like to reach them, we'd best start soon.
Oh, great. These are two people I'm not looking forward to dealing with. And at the same time, very much looking forward to dealing with. This should be very entertaining. Sometime later, Estelle, Sherazard, and the rest of their friends arrived from Erebonia. Everyone else aboard the Courageous 2 was willing to help touch down soon after. So it seems like she would be able to be a pretty good dancer. I mean, she's fit enough for it. And she's pretty cute too. She can pull it off. Oh god. Wow, this is shaping up to be a real full-scale operation. You said it. I can't believe Allie offered to sing. Not to mention Prince Oliver, Mint, and the entire Modern Music Club on an accompaniment. And then we have Tita helping out with staging. Troy and Lise and Princess Alphen are pitching in all over the place too. Plus we have Angelica and Jubilee standing by in case anything goes wrong. Elliot directing the musicians and Crow the performers. I know Crow thinks otherwise, but this really does feel just like our little concert from back then. Right, well, Crow aside, I ain't ever seen anyone as demanding as Elliot when it comes to striking a tune. Everyone's helping out, even Heiyue. I didn't see that one coming. Cooperating with them wasn't an easy pill to swallow. There's definitely something they're not telling us. We shouldn't let our guard down around them. True, but I think they're sincere in their desire to save the world, if nothing else. I believe they would continue to help us for as long as it remains beneficial to them. At least they're giving us good intel. Like the warning about who would have to face on our way to fight Aryan Road. The conflagration is no surprise, but my father, it's almost as though he's following in the footsteps of our ancestors. As a second in command of the Eisenritter? Indeed, the Great Thailand must be taking advantage of that connection. Nevertheless, this is for the best. We'll find no stronger test of our mettle than them. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Okay, all that's left is to round up whatever intel we still can, and prepare for tomorrow's performance. After that, we can figure out which of us will take part in the infiltration. I believe Laura's participation is a given, but I would like to offer my sword as well. The Arcane and Vander schools have long grown side by side after all, though it may be presumptuous to consider myself a suitable representative. Not at all, it would be my pleasure. Marcus and Sharon will need to come along too. Right, I've been to Orcus Tower on inspections a ton of times. I know it like the back of my hand. And I was periodically called upon at the Governor General's behest during my time with Ouroboros. You may leave the particulars of the, I'm not going to even attempt to say this word, sector to me. Thanks, Sharon, we appreciate it. Elise and the others are standing by with Tito at the SSS building. Everyone else is either helping set up for tomorrow or gathering more information around town. Let's take at least one last look for ourselves. We can come see Elliot once we're all set to go. Alright, let's get moving. Alright, so we're taking these guys. And Maki is supposed to come. Sharon is supposed to come. Which does actually leave me with Fee. Which, that's actually not a bad team. Because if Repair Kurt, it's not a bad team. Especially now that Kurt starts with Insight. But, alright. Gonna go ahead and call it. After all, I have work in the morning. It's already about 2:25 a.m. It's not the latest I've been up. Trust me, it gets very sticky when you have to get up at 8 o'clock and you fall asleep at 5 a.m. But I do what I have to. But anyway, that is all the time we have for this episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 4. If you like this episode, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all on the next episode.